Reflecting on my childhood, I can pinpoint a couple of things that made me into the person I am today. Like my mom for teaching me manners, my dad for teaching me how to be a gentleman, or that tree in my backyard for teaching me that if you run into a tree on a dirt bike, you're probably going to injure yourself.
Now that's a lot of damage!
And these things are important, but the first thing that comes to mind for teaching me valuable life lessons is Minecraft 1.0. Minecraft 1.0 taught me that sometimes things take a ridiculously insane amount of time. Sometimes, when you need to enchant a full set of diamond armor, it takes nearly 12 hours of footage to get to that point. No, but seriously though, 12 hours of footage for this one 10 to 12 minute video. It's insane. But don't worry baby, I'm back on the grind and episode 5 is now coming out. Episode 5 of what, you may ask? Oh, episode 5 of Back to Basics, the series where we go back to Minecraft version 1.0 and work on our goal of killing the Ender Dragon. It may be a lot of work, but it's a goal that I'm committed to completing at some point in my life, maybe 6 months from now, maybe 10 years from now, but at some point, this goal will be complete, along with the series. Our journey towards this goal is what you're witnessing in today's video, Minecraft Back to Basics episode number 5. So the last episode was more of like a rebuilding kind of vibe. You know, we had to rebuild and clean up the mess that Nolan made 2 episodes prior. He blew up my house, he made a lava tower, he griefed like 3/4 of the world, but don't worry, it's the comeback story of the century, and now we're back and better than ever. Since the last episode, Noah sold his computer, so sorry, there's no more Noah in the series, rest in peace Noah, you'll be missed. Nolan decided to join back and move into my house since I accidentally destroyed his entire house. Jared's on here and there, and Chris also hops on whenever he can. But for the most part, it's pretty much me and Nolan again, back at the grind, working to kill the Ender Dragon. Since we did a lot of housework in the last episode and went through a bunch of materials making everything look good again, I figured we start out this one by going on a nice little mining trip. We were a bit low on resources because, you know, half of them disintegrated into air when Nolan blew them up, so it was time to go back, get stocked up, and get geared where we can finally get on our way to killing this dragon. So I went down into the mine and began strip mining. I honestly had a really good mining run, and about halfway through I came across another mob spawner. It was a zombie spawner, and there was nothing really good in the chest, like actually the chest loot was pretty garbage, but I figured, you know what, I would save this just in case I needed another way to kill mobs, because grinding skeletons was a pain in the butt, because I'd always get shot and hit and stabbed and whatever else skeletons do, so this was a new potential option. You know, maybe in the future we could make it into like a better mob spawner than the one we have. A majority of it was strip mining, and there was a bit of cave mining, but regardless, I did end up getting quite a bit of materials. At this point, I'd been mining for nearly an hour, and I figured, you know what, it was time to go back to base and figure out what else we needed to do. But I had this feeling inside, and it was a deep down feeling in my chest. May have been a heart attack, but I don't know. It was a feeling though, and that feeling told me that I should keep mining. Oh, come on, I had this feeling and it was just lava? Oh my god, that is stone brick.
Do you find the end?
Yes, I found the end.
Nuh-uh.
I'm serious. What are the chances that my random mine shaft that I happened to dig down straight for nearly an hour leads me directly to where the end is? I mean, yes, technically I'm not in the end yet, we still have to get all the ender pearls, but this is a huge lifesaver. On the real though, how did I get this lucky? I just happened to dig right into the place I needed to go? Notch has me blessed, man. He's been looking over me, and he knows how much I was struggling. And now for the fun part, exploring the Stronghold. Chris and Nolan really didn't know where I was at, and honestly I don't blame them because I was pretty far away, so I ran all the way back down my mine shaft and met them back on the surface to show them where to go. Looking at everything I got from my mining trip, we now had over 34 diamonds, quite a few stacks of iron, and even some gold. Like I said, this was a great trip, and finding the Stronghold made it even better. So I stored all my resources, grabbed some gear, and grabbed Nolan and Chris to go on an adventure to find this end portal. This turned out to be one of the weirdest strongholds I've ever come across because like right in the middle of it was a giant ravine. It was split up in 100 different directions and everything twisted and turned and went above each other, and it took quite a while to find it. We ended up finding the library and some other cool parts, but most of the loot that we found wasn't anything crazy, and for some reason there was like no mobs in it at all. But eventually Nolan found the portal and we walked over next to him to get our beautiful screenshot for this episode and feel good about ourselves before the real grind started. We also kind of cleared it out and dug a little path where next time when we come back it'll be a lot easier to find and we're not going to be running around in circles for 20 minutes to find it. Oh, you think that's it for this adventure? Oh no, my friend, not quite. An adventure with Nolan is never over until something crazy happens, usually something caused by Nolan. And this time, it was him hitting Chris into the lava by the portal. But honestly, who's surprised? I think everyone watching understands how Nolan operates now, so this game is no surprise to anyone. Probably not even Chris. Alright, it's time to go home, regroup, and make a list of everything we need to do. We're gonna make a to-do list. We're gonna be productive, and we're gonna get all of our goals done, 100% completed in this episode. Alright boys, time for this quick-fire to-do list. Step 1, Ender Pearls. Step 2, XP. Step 3, Enchanted Bows and Armor. Oh wait, I forgot, another step, Blaze Powder. And finally, the final step, Potions.
Alright, 1, Ender Peas. 2, EX. Enchanted. Armor and bows. Bananas. Pals. I don't even know what that says. Alright, that sounds... This ain't even a to-do list, this just says 1.
You're right, Nolan. It's not a to-do list unless it says to-do list on the top. Alright, boys. Time to work on our Todd Olost. You know what? What bow enchants could we even do in this version? Was Infinity even a thing yet? Was Flame even a thing yet, or was it just Power and Punch? Oh, so you can't enchant bows at all. Nice. Well, looks like we have to change the Todd Olost. Enchanted Armor and Swars? Coming soon. Or so I thought, unless you consider a large amount of hours to be soon, which most people don't. Our next goal was to get enough XP to enchant a full set of armor for both of us and a diamond sword for both of us. Luckily, we didn't have to worry about the bows anymore because like in this version, bows were pretty good as they were, but the rest of this was going to take quite a bit of work. And these were before the days of the 3 or 4 level enchants. When you enchanted something as a level 30, you used all 30 levels, and those are 30 levels that you can only get from killing mobs. So it was going to be a while, and I think we kind of knew that, but I don't think we understood the full degree of how long this was actually going to take. Our first thought was to do 2 things at once and look for Endermen while we were killing mobs in the wild. Saves us a lot of time because we're getting the Ender Pearls at the same time that we're killing the mobs, so boom, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Oh, what's that, Minecraft? You want to make Endermen rare? Yeah, Endermen were still pretty hard to find. I don't know why I thought it would get any easier as we went along. We found a couple, and most of the ones we found didn't even drop Ender Pearls, and I think within like 30 minutes of searching, we found like 1 or 2. And I really didn't know how this version of the game was supposed to work with mob spawning, so I hopped on YouTube and looked up a tutorial as to how to build an Enderman farm, and it seemed pretty self-explanatory. You know, just build a little glass pillar with a little platform at the top, throw some water where you can get up and down, and then finish it off with a nice little tower. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, my dude. Hey, Mom, can we get an Enderman farm? No, honey, we have an Enderman farm at home. Turns out, I didn't really follow the directions very well, and the Enderman farm at home wasn't quite as good as the one in the video. So Nolan, the way it works is you just go up to the top. Once you get up there, it resets the Enderman spawns, and then you jump back down into the water conveniently placed at the bottom.
Yeah, but is that like right off this block?
Yes, just 1 block away. You just land right there, and you should be safe.
I missed it.
God damn it. Nolan, bro, it's not that hard. There's literally a water block right in front. So I don't think our little Enderman spawner is going to work very well. I think it's time to head out, go kill some skeletons, and then come back and figure this out later, because so far this hasn't been very productive. At this point, I went back to base to grind some skeletons and get some XP. I made a few more minor changes on the mob spawner because we all know that I can't go 1 episode without making at least a few changes to it, and decided to sit there and grind mobs for a little bit. The strategy was to go behind a wall, let all the mobs spawn, and then just kill them all in bulk. It was kinda boring, so while I was sitting there waiting on all of them to spawn, I kinda just went on Twitter, browsed some info about the coronavirus, did my accounting homework, looked up how to buy wholesale surgical masks online to retail them on Amazon because there's such a shortage of them. You know, just normal stuff that people do while they're playing Minecraft. When a lot of mobs started spawning, it was definitely an interesting dynamic. They sort of just forgot how to behave and just started spazzing out like a kid at Chuck E. Cheese. But it worked, and we eventually got to level 30. I realized that my enchantment table wasn't fully maxed out at level 30, and I didn't have enough materials on hand, so I had to go all the way back to the Stronghold library and get some books. But eventually we got everything up and running, and it was time to enchant our first item. Let's go with the diamond chest plate. Throw this baby in here, click it around a few times for good luck, and we got projectile protection 4. I mean, that's not the worst thing in the world, but for nearly an hour of killing mobs, I was expecting something at least a little bit better. But it doesn't matter, the grind is not going to stop. So I went back down, killed skeletons for like another hour or so, and enchanted some diamond leggings to get fire protection 4. I mean, do I really need fire protection? No. I guess it's better than nothing, but still kind of disappointing. And guess what I did after that? Oh, I don't know. Maybe went back down to the mob spawner again for an even longer period of time to get 30 more levels. As you can tell at this point, I let quite a bit of skeletons spawn. I think the game was completely broken, but it doesn't matter, we were being productive. This time I went with a helmet, and it got even worse when I got protection 2. For some reason, it's getting worse every single time, so maybe next time I'll get, I don't know, protection 0.25 on my boots. I ended up enchanting everything else and ended with a full set of enchanted armor. Wasn't too good, wasn't too bad, but it was gonna have to work because I wasn't gonna spend another 8 hours grinding mobs. I'm sorry, it's just not happening. And that's about where I left off. Now, there are quite a few more things that we need to do before we can kill the Ender Dragon. The first one is that we need to go to the Nether and get potions. The second one is that we need to get Nolan and Chris both a full set of diamond armor that's preferably enchanted. And 3, we need to still get the Ender Pearls, which is by far the biggest pain in the butt out of all of this. But those are all things that we're going to work on in the next episode, because as of now, this is about as long as I can go in between uploads. I could have continued to get more footage, but the episode already took so long, so I figured, hey, I just needed to get it out. So let's see if we can go in between now and the next episode without Nolan destroying something or killing someone, because, Nolan, that kind of hurts the progress a little bit, if you know what I'm saying. Kind of makes things a little bit more difficult. But hey, I guess we'll see. You know what else we should see? You on my Minecraft server. If you didn't know, I now own my very own Minecraft server. It's known as Castcraft, and it's a Minecraft version 1.15.2 server with a heavy focus on survival and an even bigger focus on community. We have a ton of custom content on the server, such as a fully custom rank system, corporations, land claims, unique jobs, and a lot more. It's a lot of fun, and I would love to see you guys playing on it, especially if you enjoy a classic survival experience. Again, the server is 1.15.2, so you do need the latest version of Minecraft to play, but I promise you, you won't regret it. The server IP and the Discord are linked in the description if you guys are interested in joining, and like I said, I hope to see you guys on there. Anyways, that's going to be it for today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next episode of Back to Basics in approximately 3.5 years when I'm finally able to get it out. Just kidding, maybe 2.5 years.